last night before she had come home, I put it to the test again. I took a flashlight and I set it on top of her recliner, facing the other way so it wouldn't blind me. And I let it sit there. I didn't ask nothing. And about 10 or 15 minutes go by, that light comes on. And I said, okay. I said, that is you standing by that recliner. Can you turn that light back off? I have never had a response with a flashlight so incredible. That light went off. And I said, okay. I said, do you belong here? Nothing. And I said, all right. I said, do we know you? The light came on. And I said, okay, can you turn it back off? It went off. I said, all right. So I started running through names of my family, her family, who could have been passing through. And I said, yeah, I said, have you been the one following me all week? And that light came on. And I said, can you turn it back off? And I'm getting direct answers. And I'm like, all right. Well, after running through the names, I didn't know who. So I really didn't want to know, but I asked the question anyway. I said, are you someone that followed us home? And that light came on. And I said, okay, can you turn it back off? It went off. I said, you are not welcomed here. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you came from. None. I'm shutting this conversation down. So she had come home and she did a couple things and it's no longer here.